Yo, welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. I got another video for y'all. Check this dude out. He left America and went to India and started a burrito business and somehow made it. I did not know that Indian like Mexican food like that. But hey, let's check it out.
Coming to India to do business is a big learning curve. First, India is a learning curve, then business in India is a further learning curve. For me, it was all about letting India be India. If you find monotony dull, if you find comfort,
Must be hot as hell all the time, dude. I will not. It would be so
boring, then India is a perfect place to be. Nothing is predictable, every day is different. I took it as par for the course that I would just have to adjust to this in order to be successful here.
Whoa, $23 million business.
My name is Bert Mueller. I'm 35 years old. I live in Bengaluru, India, and I moved here in December 2011. So when I looked at starting a Mexican-inspired restaurant in India, there was just Taco Bell. Even now, 13 years in the future, very few people have started Mexican restaurants. Today, with California Burrito, we have 103 stores. This journey from 1 to 103 stores has taken us almost 12 plus years.
Wait, so are they trying to be Chipotle of India? Is that what it is? Is that what this is?
When we started our first store, in our first financial year,
like
we did
Chipotle
about
of India.
$500,000. Last year, we did $23 million. It's at about 85 rupees to the dollar.
Man, that's crazy. This dude beat Chipotle too.
Starting out in India was very challenging, but I never doubted that I had made a right decision, and I think India's stretched me as a person, and it's really a wonderful place to be. I'm very happy living here. The apartment I stay in has 3 bedrooms. It's a duplex, and it costs me about
There's no fucking way. That's $1,200 a month. That's it. Whoa.
$1,200 a month. And a lot of these furnitures also were my grandparents, so it's passed through the family and now really feels like my old house in the US here in India. This is where I take my coffee in the morning and look out over the small
And the crazy thing is, dude, if he managed to get internet here, he probably had the best internet in the block. You know why? Because he's the only one had the internet.
garden I have. This is my small garden.
I lie. Look at the home behind him. Never mind.
My patio. I have a large avocado tree right over here.
He got that.
Now it's not usually raining in Bangalore right now. This is very unseasonal. I grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, right outside Washington, D.C. A very traditional suburban, middle-class American childhood, I would say. I went to
Whenever I see any guys playing piano and actually playing good, because I know how to play piano, I'm assuming they were raised from Catholic school. Yeah, if you understand, I don't need to explain.
I went to the College of William and Mary in Virginia. I had a double major in music and public policy.
Oh, okay, he was majoring in music. That's
I
different.
had the opportunity to study abroad, and I saw most people were going to Spain or Italy, and I'm a bit of a contrarian, and I wanted to go somewhere that was radically different than the US. 8348. So I decided that India was the place to be.
That's cool. That is cool.
Gosh, my first trip to India was just crazy in a sense, and it was so different than what I had grown up with. I came out here with about 20 people on the study abroad program. Some people got sick. Some people, didn't like the food. It didn't treat their system well.
Yeah,
I was certainly someone who,
Wait. Is that my friend?
didn't like the food. It didn't treat their system well.
Okay.
I was certainly someone who blossomed and was very comfortable navigating India, whereas most other people in the program weren't. As an individual, I've always been somebody who's extremely frugal.
Dude, those green peppers.
As an individual, I've always been somebody who's extremely frugal. What do I spend?
I don't
In terms of groceries, I spend anywhere between $150 to $200 a month.
That's it.
Once I came to India and then I went back, I never wanted to have Indian food in the U.S. again because whatever I'd had in India was so good, everything else paled in comparison. On eating out, it's probably another $200 a month, maybe $400 if it's a very active month. The challenges of living here is it can be frustrating to get things done. Patience is kind of the right strategy usually. They say fortune favors. Patience is
the two-way here's
kind of the right strategy.
What's going on with the weight setting? You see what I'm seeing? This is 225s right here. And then he go for the 5s. No, this gotta be the 10 if this is the 5. And this is the 5s. So this gotta be the 10s. What kind of weights is that? Looks bumper plates.
Strategy usually.
Lifetime fitness model. Lift more, feel better, yo.
They say fortune favors the bold. I would say India favors the patient. The other thing is, knock on wood, I had actually not had any health issues, but last year I got dengue in August, and then I got typhoid in January. So I'd gone for 13 years with no problems, and then last year I got 2. So, there are health issues that can arise that would not happen in the U.S., and these are not small issues. All the people in our program were living with families. One of my friends was of Mexican origin, and one day I came over to her house and I saw she'd made this food for the family she was living with, and they were loving the food. As soon as I saw that, I thought, that maybe this was something I could do. I could bring Mexican-inspired cuisine to India.
Have you ever heard of Chipotle, sir? Yes or no? Have you ever tried Chipotle? Yes or no? Have you seen the setup of Chipotle? Yes or no?
When we were raising money for our first store, we estimated we needed about $100,000 to do it. We raised $250,000, so that was from friends, family. 2 of my childhood friends decided to join, and we opened in October 2012, our first store. The store did extremely well. All of a sudden, it was clear that we needed to grow our own ingredients. So in 2018, we ordered Hass avocado trees from California. We imported them and we planted them, about 500 of them. 6 months in, some elephants came through the avocado farm and trampled 60 of the trees. Past 13 years, we've worked hard to make the food taste like you would get it in California or taste like you get it in Mexico. If you use the tomatoes from India, they taste very different than the tomatoes you'd get in the US. And the onions taste very different, the beans taste different. So it takes a lot of time to develop the supply chain that leads to a food that while is approachable for someone who's from India, is also different.
I think India, some places hotter. There are parts of India is on the equator. So certain fruit there is like perfect and only could grow there, but I think part of California is also different temperature that is also stay cool around 72 year round. So and India's temperature is a little bit higher than that, and it stay more consistent at higher temperature than that. So the food might taste different.
Differentiated from a flavor perspective. So when we break down that $23 million revenue, our food costs are about 37% food and packing costs. Our labor costs would be about 12% and approximately 4% on marketing. Real estate would be about 9%. And then corporate overhead would be about 5%. And we have other operating expenses. So at the bottom line, you could say it's around 10%. Our plan is to reach 300 stores by 2030, really at which point we would probably list the company and do an IPO in India. And we'll see what happens.
because there's, dude, 10% profit, and now that's not considering like this year tariff and everything. That gonna decrease it way down.
For me, living in India feels like I'm a part of this incredible once in a lifetime growth story. India is on a growth story that other countries have already gone through, and to be able to witness the transformation and change that people's lives are experiencing.
It does feel cool. I understand what it feels like, especially when you had an idea, you going out and the idea actually successful. Well, I'm still working on mine, so finger crossed. But it feels like a foreign man in a foreign land, and being accepted and being welcome and actually, thrive. So it is a cool feeling.
Is really powerful. I think it's also just a wonderful place to be from a life experience perspective, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
Yeah, you learn a lot. You open your mind. Just as I once went to Vietnam, and now I'm moving from the city to America. His perspective largely different, and I'm glad I got to know both. That was a good video, yo. I'm glad he made it. Until next time, yo. I am out. Deuces.